us the tragedy that this nation is enduring as we speak. Fellow senators, Chairman, we have witnessed what is known as a second APS massacre. The numbers may not match, but each life, each innocent life, each civilian life is equally important to all of us. And any kind of terrorism that allows for this, for children going to school with their bags splattered all over the bus, I mean, it is unconscionable. There is absolutely no if or but or explanation. So we have all unequivocally condemned it. We will also be passing a resolution. But I think we need to go beyond that. Chairman Sahab, we've passed resolutions, we've conducted long operations against terrorism in the country, which many people don't know about, long, painful operations that have cost us our lives, our soldiers' lives, our civilians' lives, and we still have not gone into the front lines of despair. We are a resilient, hopeful, strong nation, and what has happened here is that people don't realize Pakistan has been fighting a punishing battle against terrorism, both in the shape of the TTP coming in from Afghanistan and in the shape of groups such as the BLA, which are funded, secured, financed, and organized. I'm going to say it as it is. We have been too diffident in our diplomacy with footprints from our neighbor India. Their serving military officer, Kulbhushan Yadav, has been caught doing exactly this in Balochistan, and their main job is funding, their second job is facilitating, and their third job is providing arms. If I am mistaken, my friends from Balochistan can please correct me, because they are the ones living actually in the trenches of a divided and difficult terrain. I say divided because when you are in a terrain that is bordering such countries, yes, we have to give them political solutions. We do have to give better political solutions. And that's a separate discussion. That is an important discussion. We've all touched upon it. And my party believes always in trying to solve as many development and political problems with accommodating as many people in the mainstream. But these are not political people, Chairman Sahab. I have actually seen some of them, met with some of them in human rights conclaves in the past. And this is not, while there may be grievance, I want to be very clear. This is not how grievance is addressed. Am I right? Is political grievance ever addressed like this? No, it is not. We have many Baloch, we have many people from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. I'm from the People's Party, who has withstood one of the largest terrorist attacks when Mohtarma Shaheed was alive in October in Karachi, 2008 exactly, when she was returning to Pakistan. It was the largest terrorist attack on anyone, and then it was overtaken by APS. We lost Mohtarma Shaheed Benazir Bhutto to terrorism. So we have stood like a wall against this, and we have understood who's a terrorist, who can be accommodated, who cannot. So we are very clear. There can be no accommodation with those that stand to shed the blood of innocent children. I welcome the Chairman Sahab. Good to see you chairing. They're saying good to see you means many things, but it just came out involuntarily. I really did mean good to see you, but not the other one. Anyhow, Chairman Sahab, I'm going to speak very briefly because I've committed to save some time here today. We have to, yes, address the, absolutely. So the last thing I want to say, Chairman Sahab, is that, should Pakistan with its fingerprints, with India showing its fingerprints on BLA, on this attack, which many are taking responsibility for, should we also do what India did, what Modi's India did? Should we also just say, tomorrow, right, our media has decided that it is them, and once they have decided it is them, we will provide the fingerprints and the evidence. I even have fingerprints from some Jhota Express, unresolved cases in which Muslims were burnt alive in a train, and nothing was ever done. In fact, later a confession was produced that yes, India was responsible. We also have many other attacks like this. There's Pahalgam, and now we have Pulwama. We have Pulwama, and now we have this. Now we have Pathankot. Many attacks I can read out chapter and verse. Today, we ask ourselves, we are a peace-loving nation. Everyone is angry at the war that was forced on us. Chairman Sahib, it is a war that you recall was forced on us. We are a peace-loving nation. That war was forced on us. Peace was considered as a weakness. It is not. The heinous terrorist attack that has been perpetrated by members of the dragnet that is connected to BLA and RAW, the intelligence community arm of the Indian services, we strongly and unequivocally condemn it, but we also condemn India for reaching out so far that Pakistan's innocent children and civilians are dying, for bombing first civilians on the first day of this 87-hour war that they perpetrated. They bombed civilians. We did not. Even the third day we attempted, we retaliated with military targets. So, sir, the question for this House to ask is, should we have gone to war now? Is this casus belli? Is this provocation? No, it's not, sir.
Deputy Chairman of the Senate, wind up, please.
Sir ji?
Should I say like the
please,
Deputy Chairman?
It's your prerogative, sir. You always stop me, and I stop with great respect. If you're saying wind up, I shall finish in 6 seconds. So with these words, I want to say the House should consider that are we going to be the other face of India? I would suggest we are not. War is not what we want, but certainly there should have been by now some level of terrorism. If India is interested in wiping out terrorism, if it wants to talk about war, then they should have reached out to us and said, we condole with your people, with those parents, sir. We condemn the attack like we did for Pahalgam. So when innocent civilians are attacked, why is India quiet? That is not a reason to go to war, but certainly there is reason to sort out why terrorism is rising in both countries. It needs to be addressed jointly. But if India does not want to address it, it is obvious that they are the belligerent and they are a threat to stability, to not just the region, but to world order. Thank you.
Thank you.
नाज़रीन, सेनेट इजलास इस वक्त